Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Today, yeah, it is Thursday, February 23rd, Thursday. This is episode number 20. Crazy, right? We are live in the Facebook group of the Passive Income Blueprints. We're also live in the 12-day masterclass, also in Barb McGowan's group, and also live on YouTube as well. So if you guys are chiming in, you guys are checking it out, whatever it may be, what I do here at Passive Income Blueprints is we go live every Tuesday and Thursday. Going to be Friday nights here's coming up soon, but I go live. I bring on individuals that are upcoming in the industry or have experience with digital marketing or any kind of creative, aspect on this market. We bring them on to provide value for you guys, answer questions, give the story, all those different things. So, it's not all about how much we're making out there. It's all about like what lives we're changing in the process too, right? So, along the way, when you're changing lives, you're going to make money. So, but here, what we do on this show, it's not just glorifying and telling you to go do certain things to make a quick buck. It's all about being relative with our people, right? Being able to connect and then showing you that it is possible for anybody. All right. So if you guys are catching this on the live, hashtag live, on the replay, hashtag replay. Now, our special guest today is Abby. She's been in digital marketing and advertising and affiliate marketing for a long, long time, right? She's worked for other companies. I'll let her kind of tell her story, but she's a great asset inside of our community, has a lot of direction, a lot of drive, and she helps out a lot of people. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on Abby into the show.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Abby? How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. It's kind of gross here in Michigan, so.
Yeah, it's like 11. I think I looked, well, what temperature now? We have, I think, 2 degrees. Yeah, so it's.
Oh, yeah, yours is worse.
It's right here, 2 degrees in Montana. And that's how we're chilling in here. But at least we're working from home, right?
Right.
I'm not in the weather right now doing construction. And thank goodness you're not doing what you probably used to do, right? It's possibly outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. So awesome. So, what brings you on the show today, I guess, right? Your knowledge and your education. So tell us about Abby. We see that you're the money marketer, and we have some more social media accounts for you, but like just give the audience a kind of a gist of who you were, or who you are, where you were, where you're at now, what you do really. And what kind of.
Awesome. So I have been in marketing and design for 18 years. I moved to Chicago for college, went to college, like many of us, not using my college degree anymore.
Right.
Sort of. It was for fine art, and I taught myself graphic design in the process. That was my entry into the job market with a creative job that allowed me to not like hate everything I was doing. But so that kind of segued and like rolled out into learning marketing and digital marketing. And about 12 years ago, I started at a company where I was the in-house marketer doing all of their affiliate marketing for them. So all of the advertising, all the emails, a lot of the social media, and it was low ticket. So, there's obviously a great deal of difference between low ticket and high ticket and how you promote it and all of that stuff. But so I had a really good idea of what, the kind of income it can bring in, and just kind of like the back end and how it works.
So real quick, so this was 12 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just to show everybody, to tell everybody, affiliate marketing is not brand new. Right?
No, not at all. And
let's get a little history on it real quick, maybe, because 12 years ago, I wasn't even thinking about affiliate marketing.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that, and then talk about low ticket, and what kind of money were you bringing in for that company?
For sure. So affiliate marketing has really, truly been. It's been around longer than the 90s, but really started to take shape in the 90s, the late 90s. And when I was doing it, it was really kind of like Instagram hadn't even been bought by Facebook yet. Everything was really Facebook based or blog based. There wasn't a whole lot of social media advertising or even like videos really all that much happening in social. It was like a very new thing to like have video and stuff like that. Gotcha. So a lot of it was paid, like Google search, paid search, paid. Facebook had just come out with their ad platform, so that we did like some experiments with that, but most of it was trying to do it organically and grow our list and do all of that stuff. And that
what was the price of that product? I'm just curious because you're working for 12 years. So what kind of product were you promoting? That was on Facebook, right?
Yeah. Well, I was there for 4 years.
Oh, 4 years, 4 years. And so were you bringing pretty good money through that
yes. Yeah. It was very
right?
good. And it was actually like, I would call it like micro ticket because it was coupons. So, like, I don't know the specifics on how the company was paid, but it was like basically per print or per redemption. And I think there was like some sort of payment dependent on, like a print and then if they actually got redeemed. Anyway, but it was like we were having like 10,000 print days. So, or no, sometimes even more than that. I can't remember.
Right. It was a while ago, but still, it's affiliate marketing. You were basically referring a product and they're still bringing in $10,000 days regardless. And it's been around for a long time. So that's the meat and potatoes of that one. So continue on. Right.
So don't quote me on the specifics, but yeah, it was very lucrative, and
it still is.
So I got a lot of background in that. And then we also did like ClickBank stuff when there were offers that were like relevant to our community. We would send out one-off emails and stuff like that. So there is a lot of benefit to still having a list because you can do one-off offers and see how those go and experiment.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's a little bit about where I'm at. So I left that job and I moved back to Michigan because that was in Chicago. And I have always had like some sort of side hustle. So, well, I can get into that.
Yeah, for sure. So so when did you really kind of like, okay, I want to like do a side hustle. Okay. I don't really want to work the traditional 9 to 5. I want to check this out. So 12 years ago is when the inspiration for a side hustle began, or even before that?
Well, I've always had some sort of side hustle ever since I was in college, whether it was like making knitwear for people, like scarves and sweaters and all that stuff, or, freelance design work. So when I moved back to Michigan, I met my husband and we started a vintage resale business. And then we had a kid, a very unexpected kid. We found out we were having him 11 days before we had him. So kind of a crazy story. He came 2 months early. And at that point we were kind of like finally getting to the point where we were not paycheck to paycheck. We could put a little bit away, not a lot. And
so
then
the vintage, is that like vintage, like dressers and stuff like that? Or what kind of vintage?
Yeah. Like actually you can't see it very well, but I have a lot of glassware back here.
Yeah.
This
like
is my collection.
Hero cabinet.
Yeah. But like a lot of mid-century stuff.
Nice.
And so we had this child and we're like, okay, so how are we gonna pay for him? I refer to him, I'm joking when I say
right. I call my boy the boy. So
I obviously love him very much, but we did like, so that kind of like rolled us back. We had finally been getting to that place. And so what I did, I really tried to scale my vintage business, and in reality I can scale the sales, but the profits weren't scaling at the same in the same way. And so ideally this is like a hobby business that once I am really making money with affiliate marketing, I can do in my free time, so but anyway, so that wasn't doing as well as I wanted. I started with playing around with print on demand with my own designs, and I've seen some success with that, but not like a crazy amount. And then I was continuing to look around and I ran across a woman talking about affiliate marketing again. And I was like, oh, well, this is what I need to do. I already know like at least what it is and how it works and all that stuff. So that's kind of where I hopped in.
I love it. So, you had that entrepreneurial mindset early on, and you've always had some kind of little side hustle. And a lot of people probably a lot of people viewing this right now, especially people that you attract too, they knit or they might do other little things, but it can definitely, transpire to all kinds of different opportunities like it has for you. So you've taken some stuff you learned 12 years ago, realized college really wasn't for you in a sense, right? And then you want to become the entrepreneur you are today. So, right. So what do we have in line? Like what do we, we're obviously promoting passive income blueprints, but you also do some other stuff. You coach and teach and and you have some other stuff that you do in your wheelhouse. So let's talk about those, like what you've been working on lately to help people or just grow your business.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a Facebook group now where I'm trying to provide resources for people who not only are interested in high ticket, but are also interested in understanding low ticket.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between low ticket and high ticket?
So low ticket is promoting products that are not like super high in value, usually like under 100, 200 bucks. And you usually get paid out a smaller commission, like 1 to 20%. And so you have to sell volume of those to make as much money as you would make with a high ticket, where you get like 35 to 50%. And it's usually like $1,000 or more.
Gotcha.
So low ticket, usually when people promote low ticket, they promote a lot of products at once. Whereas when high ticket is being promoted, it's usually you're promoting like 1 or 2 things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like at least on the front end.
Gotcha.
So a lot of low ticket stuff you'll see is like people doing review videos, and then they have a website where all their products that they review are listed, stuff like that.
Gotcha.
So I am building out, this is like a longer term goal, but I'm working to build out a low ticket training to kind of help people understand where it is, because a lot of what you see in the training available is for higher ticket stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's like my short/long-term goal. Gotcha. My longer-term, short-term goal.
Well, it might be just simply finding like a clickbait product or something like that for a low ticket, and then promoting that, or even maybe building a TikTok channel and promoting just one product off Amazon or something, right?
There's opportunity to do one product, multiple products, and I also am really looking to help people integrate affiliate marketing into their current businesses. I'm trying not to diversify too much right now, but that is another goal of mine, because that is very much what I did for the company for 4 years, is like figure out new ways to integrate it into the business. So
that's awesome. A lot of even brick and mortar companies can, benefit, just a bit, building a simple funnel for, booking calls or whatever it may be. Quotes, it doesn't matter. Right. But yeah, I think you're onto something to show them, we can bring affiliates on to promote your product, and you basically pay nothing in advertisement, and you just pay a 10% up to 25% or whatever you're saying, a commission, right? So basically they work for free till they make money and everybody's happy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Amazon, right? Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
For sure. So if you bought off Amazon before, you probably 95% of the time probably bought it from an affiliate marketer, because they could have their product on there, or a company that has an affiliate product on there. It's awesome. So now we're building that out, and you're kind of like, your vision for that is, you want to help, pretty much anybody, to automate a business right, exactly, put traffic behind it. So what are we doing day to day right now, I guess, in your business? Like, there's a lot of beginners on this, and a lot of beginners watch our show as well. So I really want to kind of talk about your day to day when you're doing your content, or how you come up with content ideas. Just kind of walk us through that, or any gold nuggets you want to drop on helping your audience and our audience here. Yeah,
absolutely. So I have a very particular way of doing my content. I usually do at least one off the cuff video a day, but I try and batch my content, and I really pre-plan it. So I am somebody who has to have like what I want to say in front of me. And so I write out everything I want to say, and then I never actually say it the way I have it written out, but it's something that I can reference and then like reword how I want to in the moment.
Right. Makes sense.
And so I do that usually on Sundays is when I do my content batching. And throughout the week,
content batching, is that difficult?
No, I think the more difficult part is just editing everything. And that's not even really difficult once you get to understand the editor.
So where do you get your ideas though? For a lot of people, like, coming up with ideas, the biggest thing, right? And then they're thinking about editing next, but where do your ideas come from?
I do daily market research, and I take ideas from people's videos that I see and kind of remake them into my own. It's not like I'm not doing anything verbatim. I'm like totally saying, oh, this subject is something I want to touch on, and I'm like remaking it. So
it could be completely different niche. It could be some comedy stuff, or it could be some inspirational, right? But you're looking at that video, you're using your creative, right? Yeah. And you're like, oh man, I could put a spin on that based on what I just was thinking about, right? Something like that.
Exactly.
So and then
other stuff that I do for market research is like I know you're a fan of Answer the Public.
Yeah,
I love
it's
Answer
good.
the Public. Even using AI like ChatGPT and putting in what are the top 10 questions about affiliate marketing.
Okay.
Sometimes that is where I go, or I know what I want to talk about, and I can type it into ChatGPT and it'll come up with things that like I'm like, oh yes, because sometimes I forget like what I know. So it'll come up with a list and I'm like, oh, I can totally riff on that, you know?
Right. So it just like jogs your memory pretty much.
Right.
Like, you already know the information. It's just like maybe put in a context or in a way that you can like digest it in a different way, right?
Yeah, it's literally like saying, oh, these are the things that are a part of it and reminding me what I want to talk about.
Right? So the wheel's already invented. You're not reinventing it. You're just basically making it your own.
Yeah, exactly.
Simple. Okay.
Yeah. And I do have some content that I come up with on my own completely from scratch. But it's kind of a mixture of all of the things, right? I just have to find what I'm comfortable with. Right now, I'm really experimenting with short form videos combined with longer form videos.
Okay.
I was doing like all long form for a while, and it got to feel overwhelming. So now I'm kind of like seeing where the balance is that works for me. And so I'm always experimenting, you know.
Perfect.
So
perfect. So, you know, we're talking, I guess I kind of got off topic a little bit about finding content or how do you come up with content? Because I know that's a big topic for people, you know,
yeah,
start, right? So once you find the content, you said batching it out. So explain that exactly. What does that mean?
So I will record. I try to do 10 to 15. If it's a really good day, 20 longer form videos a week. And what that is for me is mostly just hitting record on my phone and saying all the things I want to say and repeating them if I don't like the way I say it until I like the way I say it. And then later I go and I take that long video, that 12-minute video or whatever, and cut it down to the 2 minutes that I usually try to get it within. And I found that is much easier. I started doing it with, I would take a segment of a video and record it. And then I would take the next segment, and that was super cumbersome. So I found that editing it from a long form video in like CapCut or even the native TikTok one, when you're just cutting out sections until it fits right, is much more efficient. It's like 15 minutes versus an hour. So
like when I send some of my stuff to the editor, right, they want me to like retake it on the same run, right? So I would just pause it and then I would just start over again. So they can, like you said, they can just take the long pieces where I messed up out and then just bunch it together. And then you have a shorter piece of content that's delivering a lot of information in a shorter period of time.
Exactly. And I don't even pause it. I just like,
just let it roll, huh?
If I need to like look at something, I just keep it running and then come back to it. Because pausing it takes even more time, you know? Gotcha. Or I forget to unpause it. And then I'm like, oh, I just did this perfectly and I don't have it recorded.
Right. For sure. And so you're basically taking that content. So once you build that content, what's the main platform you're putting it on?
TikTok is my primary platform. And then I do use Repurpose.io to get it to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. So
got you. So this is your TikTok. So basically you're building that content, placing it on TikTok, and then from TikTok, you're going to use repurpose.io, right? And then you're going to repurpose it and put it on Instagram.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. So basically the content you take from TikTok, repurpose.io is an automated tool. So it takes your videos automatically and then just does it for you. So you're taking one piece of content and you're just putting it out in more than one place.
Exactly.
Awesome. That makes a whole lot of sense. And then in your Facebook group is where you kind of nurture your people. So people that do have questions for you from TikTok and Instagram, what I'm gathering is that you send them to your Facebook group where they have value. So let's talk about your Facebook group real quick.
Yeah.
And like, what do you do inside there? Like what exactly activities, what can people expect? Who's welcome in there? Like go on that.
Anybody who is interested in affiliate marketing and wants to learn more or needs help figuring out their strategy is welcome in my group. I do send a lot of people to it. I have some very specific resources that I started with, which is like an extensive worksheet on how to find your avatar And, or, some people have multiple avatars.
Okay, what is an avatar? What's an avatar? Because a lot of
an
people don't
avatar
even know
is
what that is, right?
it's basically your ideal customer, your target
Okay,
audience.
perfect. So people that resonate with your offer pretty much, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. And you say this all the time, but like our first avatar is usually us.
Yeah.
Like either a little bit before where we are now or like similar.
Right.
But some people have a few different avatars, which is, I don't suggest more than like 3 but if that's the case, then you want to target your content to each of those. But that's getting into a whole different thing. Right. But anyway, so I have a really like in-depth worksheet on that. And then I have a super in-depth one about finding your niche and product, because I think that we all have to remember that we all, like, if just because we come in through an education course doesn't mean we always have to promote the education course. And some people are going to have more success promoting education, and some people are going to have more success promoting health and fitness and all of that stuff. So if one niche is not working for you, don't give up, but find a new niche, because everybody can be successful at it, but not everybody is the right fit for every product, right? And so what I do is I like to help people who, if they are like, I just don't think this is working for me, like help them shift and find the right product for them in the right niche. So that's part of what I do in there. And then I have a lot of just information on, and some trainings on how to create content that converts the way you want it to. And conversions are a multitude of things. It's not just a sale, right? It's like moving someone to your Facebook group, or getting a social follow, or any number of things can be a conversion. So learning how to define what conversions you need in your stage of your business, and implementing. So.
Gotcha. So basically a person can come in not really knowing anything about what affiliate marketing is or know what direction to go, and they can step into your Facebook group. And where would they go to find this information? In your guide section?
Yes, in my guides. I have a complete beginner's intro that's about 30 minutes in my guides that people can go to if they have no experience whatsoever and they just want to learn about what it is. Gotcha. And then I have stuff, I'm building out stuff that's like builds up and is a little bit more advanced and more advanced. And so I just started doing trainings in my group, live trainings. And so I'm building out my plan for that now.
Awesome. That's good. So you're accommodating to, pretty much everybody, right? In a sense. So you're helping people on TikTok, you're getting traction there. And then once people are interested in your product, you're helping them in your Facebook group. What more could you ask for, right?
Right.
It's crazy how you'll go down the rabbit hole of YouTube and Google. A lot of people will, and they'll get all these creators that have 500 creators by the end of the day. They're trying to follow and do everything they're trying to do. But I recommend just finding one person. So if anybody out there resonates with Abby and what she's talking about, as far as her help, definitely connect with her, because her Facebook group is powerful, and she's there to help you guys as well. So once they're inside your Facebook group, they have some choices, right? They could stay in there. It doesn't cost anything.
Correct.
So who is your market? Like, who do you target, I guess? Who's your avatar?
My primary avatar is people who are trying to bridge the gap to high ticket sales. So they have set up their business and they know that they're invested in the process and in this business model, but they haven't quite gotten to the point where they're making sales at all, or wanting to get more consistent with it. But I also serve people who are brand new and are just trying to learn about it. So my primary avatar is people who have been in my position when I started. So this is where it gets a little interesting. I was a little cocky at first, right? I took an inexpensive course and I was like, I got experience in this, and so I'm going to be successful. It doesn't matter. And then 2 months in, I was like, well, actually about a month in, I was like, yeah, it's changed a lot. So I don't really have the knowledge I do have up-to-date digital marketing experience, but how I promote companies through digital marketing is different than how you promote your personal brand, right? So I did need help figuring that out, and I searched around for a while. I actually took a few other courses, and then I found you. And
you're talking about branding. I know you mentioned somebody specific in your little questionnaire thing. So who do you think is helping you with your branding right now in PIB the most?
Oh, I mean, Barb is definitely helping with me with my branding, but I also am like, I'm getting into like a thorough, like I'm going into getting into some like reading really pretty
Awesome.
hardcore about it. But yeah, so I mean, my point is like, even if you have experience in the realm and like it's a different beast and everybody needs help. Like there's nothing wrong with wanting or asking for help, right?
All right.
And so I was kind of a dick about it at first. I was like, I'm just gonna be awesome, right? And I don't need help, and people who need help are like totally inexperienced. And then I had a real like come to Jesus moment where I was like, nope, yep, I need help.
Right. And so when you had that epiphany moment and you needed help, that's when you kind of like joined with Passive Income Blueprints and you started opening your eyes to different things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I had the epiphany moment a little bit before I was able to join PIB. But it definitely, like, when I joined PIB and I started in the 12-day. I went through and I implemented as I went, and I immediately saw a huge difference. I had gotten 2 leads in 2.5 months, the previous 2.5 months. And within a week of like doing the 12-day, I had 6 leads, and so I was like really by implementing the content strategies, I was really seeing actual movement very quickly, in comparison to what I had been seeing. And that's because I like finally understood how to target my messaging. I was just kind of like experimenting, and I mean I still experiment, but I was like experimenting with no strategy. And I know that not having a strategy is the worst way to do it, because you're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing
Right.
what sticks, and it just
Right.
doesn't work.
Yeah, sure.
So
So it sounds like you have much more of a strategy now. I didn't, from what you're telling me, right? Before it
yeah,
was just kind of like throwing spaghetti at the wall.
yeah,
But now you're walking into it with a strategy, and you explain that strategy this whole time, right? All these gold nuggets you're dropping about, how to build your content and your batching and, the editing process. So if you've taken all of those tools and now you're branding yourself, which is super amazing. So I guess it's opened your eyes to other things as well, like as far as, your abilities to help somebody else and having that confidence, right? So with that being said, do you have openings, or like, do you help people one-on-one, or like, 'cause I know you have the ability to do so, but I'm not sure if you have a open spots on your calendar for that, or what do you do?
I do. I have a Calendly that if I get into a conversation with somebody and they're like, this is what I need help with, then I'll say, hey, here's my link.
Okay.
Let's hop on a 30-minute call. And I like to just help people figure out at least what direction they want to go within that time, and then we can work from there. So
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it's definitely some value there for sure. So, anybody that's serious, because obviously all of our times are valuable, but if anybody's serious to, find out more information, you guys can definitely check out Abby, and she'll, if you're serious, like I said, she'll jump on a call with you to answer all your questions, which is super amazing. You don't find that too much out there in the market, especially when you're jumping into this. It's hard to find somebody that's going to provide that help, and a lot of times, even after they buy something from you, you'll still lose that help. So it's good to know that you're there to help somebody.
Oh yeah. Anybody who buys for like any PIB product from me, I say, not only will you get all this training, but you're stuck with me. So
All right. It's awesome. It does help because there's a lot to digest, and if there's somebody there to help you digest it, give you those bite-sized pieces, because you really don't know, and sometimes you just overwhelm yourself, think you could take on too much, but there's somebody there helping you say, hey, just a little bit each day is all we need to do, right? Improve 1%.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what you're teaching. It's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So are you finding more leads and traction, I guess, off of Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram for yourself? Because I know for myself, it bounces around, right? Sometimes I'll get great traction here, great traction there. It's not really consistent in one spot. So for you, how's it looking for you?
So I was getting really consistent leads through TikTok, and I was seeing like 2 to 3 people coming in my funnel a day through TikTok, but I wasn't having like personal relationships with them. I wasn't building that trust. And so I recently decided to experiment with directing people to my funnel, but then immediately, like, they come in, I get their info, and then they immediately get directed to my Facebook group so I can start building those relationships. So so that I can find out like really where they're at, because if I am sending marketing to somebody that I have never interacted with and I don't really know how to get a hold of them, then I can't really explain to them the value that I bring. And so this is like my current experiment. We'll see how it pans out. But like I said, I'm always seeing what works better for me. So
yeah, for sure. Everything will work, but some things just are more efficient, right?
Yeah.
Because if you put time and energy into something each day, something's going to work eventually. It has to. But I guess it's how fast you want to get there, right?
Yeah.
And definitely working with somebody is going to get you to that destination a lot faster, for
Absolutely.
sure. Having that support. It sounds like you're really supportive. And that's hard to come by, especially, when everybody's trying to make that quick buck. But it's not really about that. It's all about like educating yourself first, and trust me, the money will come, right?
Yeah. And I'm very much like, of course I want to set us up, my family up, and get us to a place. But I've always been, in any position I've had, I've always been a servant leader, where I really want to understand how I can help either the people who are working for me or the people I'm working with in the best way possible. So it's not ever all about me. It's about helping. I've always been somebody who just like, I thrive when I'm helping people.
For sure.
So that is, a huge part of my business model is.
Well, yeah, it has to be. Well, I think for me and everybody I teach, really, because if you're not helping nobody, then you feel like you have no worth in it. And like me, personally, right? That's what keeps me going. Or students coming onto the show, students having success, students getting 1,000 followers, students, whatever, right? And that's what keeps me going each day. And I feel like if I was on the other side of the spectrum, to where like I just sold a product that didn't deliver a solution to the person's problem, it would be really hard, because I was going through this for about 4 months when I promoted the other product. I couldn't sleep at night because I know they weren't, receiving value after, working hard and investing in themselves, and all of a sudden they're stuck, right? So,
right.
It's one of those things. I feel good about it when I help people. Like, as you just said,
yeah, absolutely,
what keeps you going. So it's a super beautiful thing. I think a lot more people need to open their eyes to it. It's not taking too much out of your day to help somebody, at least one person a day.
Well, and it's hugely beneficial to your just like positive outlook. It's like, to be able to help people it's good for your mental health.
Well, yeah, that, and then it shows authority too, right? Because you'll have a lot of people will put this content out, they'll get a lot of views, but when you go to ask her, hey, can you help me, or can you answer this question? They have no idea even what you're talking about. And it could be something simple as a funnel, right? And then they're making 10K a month, but when you go to ask them, for help, they're gonna get blocked or whatever the case may be. But I guess to each his own, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess how much do you want to be involved in your business? Do you want a business, or do you want a side hustle, right? There's a difference, right? A business, you're going to work one-on-one with your people, I guess, or you're going to grow something, right?
Yeah.
Because if, I guess some companies, if they go out of business, couple in particular, then if they go out of business, people will be flat on their face. They won't even know which way to go, in a sense, because they don't have another product. But yeah, it's really good. So helping people, can you guys get #help in the chat? Because it's all about help. Do we have any questions for Abby? She's full of information. We have 28 individuals on here going.
Oh, wow. That's great.
From Facebook all the way around to YouTube. But yeah, if anybody has any more questions, please ask, or any questions at all. Feel free to drop them in there. We have right here. Go ahead and let you read it.
I appreciate this group so much. Everyone has a soft, easygoing personality to help new people. Yeah. This group is both communities, the 12-day and the mastermind, are the most supportive online communities I have ever been a part of. And I've moderated some very supportive communities, but there is just a level of immediate help that people in these communities give. Like, if you post in the 12-day with an issue, you are very unlikely to wait more than an hour to get an answer. Right. And in the mastermind, we have other channels other than just the group. And it's like, I have never, ever waited more than an hour to get help. And it's almost always much faster than that, which is something that is really unique to PIB, I think, and is a huge part of why I joined, because I don't want to wait even 24 hours for an answer. Like, right. I'm asking because I want to take action, So waiting 24 hours just means that I'm not taking the action that I need to move my business forward. So that's like absolutely a huge part of why I am with PIB.
Absolutely. So Peyton says, what's your daily schedule? How much time a day do you spend on your business?
I would say, okay, so my daily schedule during the day, I'm working full time. So this is my lunch break, but I squeeze it in. I squeeze in posting and stuff like that as I can. Then my son and my husband come home, and for 2 hours until my son goes to bed, we have family time. And then from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. is like my work time. It's I'm either in the mastermind or working on something for my group, or both at the same time sometimes, because sometimes I just like to listen. Yeah, so that is, I'm always doing market research in the evenings, whether it's for content or it's for like ideas for trainings to do in my group. I don't have like a super set schedule just because of my work schedule doesn't allow that. But there's certain things I do every day. I make at least one video. I do market research. I write out at least one like longer form piece of content that I'm going to use at some point. And I'm also working on tightening up my schedule and what I do on specific days. I always send DMs. I don't do DMs every day just because I have to like work it in, but I do usually do it like every couple of days. So
you're working a full schedule, and then you come home and you spend family time. So 2 or 3 hours a day, it's not bad, right? The next one here, it's very effective technique. Train the trainer concept. You grow when you teach someone and helping others. So proud of you, Abby. Awesome.
Who's that?
I think it might be maybe Terry. Maybe, I don't know. Everybody loves that AB. It says, question, yes, I'm a little late. If you're not promoting the program, where do you find your affiliate item outside of your standard ClickBank? Well, they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I'll let you answer this, but literally every company has them. But go ahead, Abby.
Yeah, to be honest, if there is a product that you are interested in promoting, or you want to find out if a company that you love has a product, all you got to do is Google that product and affiliate program, or that company and affiliate program. And 9 times out of 10, something's going to pop up for you. I actually did a TikTok thing, like post where this woman who creates custom wands, like Harry Potter style wands with like gems and all this stuff, was like, how can I integrate affiliate marketing into my business? And I started looking around, and she has people who come to her for supply recommendations, as well as people who purchase the wands fully made. And I said, you have this opportunity to create, like, even just with custom gems and like stones, there are opportunities for like a large chunk of commissions through companies who sell these healing stones and rocks and all the stuff that she uses. But she also used stuff like epoxy, and those companies have epoxy resin. Those companies have affiliate programs. I mean, almost everything has an affiliate program. You will be shocked if you try and Google something super niche that you think there never will be an affiliate program for this. I will bet you will find one.
It's free advertisement. It's just a little bit of work setting up the affiliate program in a company. But once it's built and it's like running, then it's basically free advertisement for your company for sure. So Google anything you could think of. And you're talking about epoxy. Total Boat is an epoxy company. They're like a more of expensive kind of epoxy for tabletops, right? And Total Boat actually has an affiliate link, and their Total Boat for a gallon of each for resin and hardener, it's $250, right? So you're making 10% off of that. Well, there's a lot of people out doing epoxy on TikTok, right? Or trying to do epoxy. So if you know how to do epoxy tables at all, build yourself a little teeny training program on how the basics on setting up, even going to Home Depot, film yourself going to Home Depot, getting all whatever supplies, going to the craft store, getting the supplies, and that could be your little channel you start on, right? And start teaching people epoxy, right? And
anybody who does
right.
Yeah, anybody who does anything, if you have an Etsy shop and you have a website, you can like send people to your website if they want more information on your supplies, and have your list of supplies and their affiliate links. There's tons of ways to integrate affiliate marketing into your already established business. What do you do when an affiliate application has been denied for a product you want to promote? That's a good question.
I'll tell you how not to get denied. So look at all their terms. They want to have a certain amount of followers. Your audience has to be a certain amount, depending on the product, right? You might have to have certain links in line, or an opt-in page, or a website. So just read the terms and conditions of the affiliate product or the offer. And if you got denied the first time, you can ask them why you got denied, and you can go adjust that accordingly. Like Amazon shut me down like 4 times because one time I had a link, I had an opt-in page, so people had to put their name and email in before they got to my Amazon store, my personal one that Robert built for me. It had my products in it, right? So they shut me down for that. And I got shut down for some other stuff. So just read the terms and conditions, and they're not really hard to go by. A lot of companies don't require you have 1 million followers. They don't. They just ask you to have certain things in place. So make sure you read those, and you will not violate the guidelines.
I've also so I love group leads, and I applied to be a group leads affiliate. And the first time I got denied, and they sent me the denial, and they said, this is why. And I read, like, they sent me like the terms, and I read through it, and I responded, hey, I don't violate any of these. I appreciate that you feel that I am this that I can't remember what I said. I said something joking and sarcastic, and the next day they approved me. So being in communication with them is totally 100% how you're going to get through it, because sometimes they have bots who approve based on like just going to your website, and it sees like one thing that's a flag, and they're like, nope. So
Canva was a hard one. I had to wait almost a year to become an affiliate for Canva. So I know people that's still waiting to become an affiliate for Canva. So it took me like a year, but I had to go through all these hoops. And then finally, when I put my application in last, like, yeah, you've been approved to be an affiliate for us. Yay. And I haven't even sold a Canva thing yet. I don't think I did. I don't think so. I haven't checked my back office in like 3 months, but yeah. So just keep putting it out there. Keep trying for sure.
And the thing that is surprising that I don't think a lot of people know is a lot of companies actually automatically give you an affiliate link. So like Repurpose.io, when you sign up, you get an affiliate link to use and promote. Or what was the other one? Or like Ibotta, which is an app for coupons and saving. Like when you sign up, you automatically get a referral link. And it's not always percentages. Sometimes it's a dollar amount, but there are actually a lot of companies that do that. So make sure you check in the nav if you have signed up for just about anything that would be useful to people in your target audience and niche. See if you already have an affiliate link. And if you do, build out content for that. I have been building out my blog with, the online tools that I love, the mindset books that I love, and kind of integrating those into my group to create additional streams of income, as well as to be helpful.
Right, for sure. That's amazing. So there's just opportunity everywhere. We just have to, open our eyes and actually take action, right?
Yeah.
There's opportunity sitting right in front of all 25 of you guys right now. So, and whoever's else viewing from the outside, not looking in from the outside, it's all about taking action. You can take action with Abby, with Passive Income Blueprints, whatever opportunity you're looking at, click back, doesn't matter. Stop thinking about it and, just do it, because there's so much opportunity out there. And I didn't realize this. I was in a little bubble of construction worker, right? And in that little realm of people. And we drank, we fought, we went to work, and we whatever, right? But we didn't really realize and have our eyes open to the possibilities if we just stepped outside of ourselves, and just kind of like embrace what was happening, right?
Yeah.
And I did that, and it changed my life. It really did.
It's really easy to get into this thing where you think I'm too old to do anything new. I can't learn anything new. And the reality is that's just untrue. So you want to start a business, everybody's timeline is going to be different. So don't expect to learn everything in a week and then be up and running and making thousands of dollars. But if you take action, you're not going to regret it, because at least you took action and you're making an effort. And if you stick with it, you will find success. It's not a question of whether or not you will. If you stick with it, you will, but you have to work on your own timeline, and everybody's is different. So, like some people start making high ticket commissions right away in their first month. They're not making $10,000 a month. I can tell you that much. And some people, it takes 5-6 months to make their first high ticket. Some people, it takes a year, and that's okay, because in reality, you're going to get there. And sometimes you have to adjust along the way and pivot. And maybe it's find a different product that you can promote that, like, maybe you feel more like affinity for, so you'll be better at promoting it. Like 100%. Not every product is, like I said earlier, going to be the right fit for everyone. So, be willing to pivot and readjust and just keep going. The fish in Finding Dory, or Dory says, just keep swimming. The fish in Finding Dory is obviously Dory.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so much great advice. Just start, find something that you can that's a proven to sell and proven results. Start there, see what you could do, and just start though. That's pretty much it. And there's so much opportunity out there. You could start with basically nothing, or you could start with something. It depends on how fast you want to get there, right? Mm-hmm. You want help with it? Do you want to do it on your own? There's so many options out there for people. Your learning abilities, people that are ADHD, ADD, like me. I like butterfly. I'm like off, right? So I'll be in the middle of doing something really, really into it, and then all of a sudden I'm like over here and I'm chasing something else, and I come back to my computer and I'm like, what was I even doing?
Yeah.
So we understand that's how people are, and that's how I was. And so we accommodate and we adapt and we overcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for everything, Abby. Today it was a great show, great conversation is really what it was, and just providing the value for the people out there.
Thank you for having me on.
All the members and stuff. Super excited, have you again in the future. We are moving the Go Show to Friday nights. So we're going to be able to accommodate to a lot more people viewing it, because we know there's a lot of 9-to-5 workers are the people that I target for the most part, and they're at work, right? So we'll accommodate to you guys on Fridays. But yeah, Abby, if there's anything that you had the final to say, or take us out, go ahead and do that. Everybody loves the show today. It's awesome. It really was. So go ahead and take us out with any kind words or encouraging words or whatever.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who popped in. When I posted the event, I got a lot of support yesterday, so I appreciate everybody coming. Just keep going, and feel free to reach out to me if you have questions about anything when it comes to marketing strategy. That's really where I can help you. In addition, I'm also great at funnels. I'm going to toot my own horn for a second. So if you have if you need help with funnels or marketing strategy, please feel free to reach out to me or hop into my group where I have resources there. I am always happy to help. If I can't help you right away, I'll let you know that I will get back to you later in the day. So
100%. So screenshot this real quick. Go ahead, screenshot on 1, 2, 3, screenshot. Okay, 1, 2, 3, screenshot. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, screenshot. Perfect. All right, Abby, awesome show today. Great to have you on. But yeah, I'm going to be seeing you probably most likely tonight in the mastermind, and I will be there tonight. No more business for me. But other than that, great having you on. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you, Eric. Have a good day.
All right, you have a blessed day. All right, guys, that wraps up number 20 of the Go Show, right? Crazy how we're just keep rolling, steam rolling through. It doesn't matter what gets in front of us. If it's an obstacle, if it's a roadblock, it doesn't matter. We will teach you how to get through it, right? Show up to the shows, get inspired. We will be meeting. I think it's on the 3rd. Will be our first show. Let me check real quick to Garrett to make sure. Will be our first show, I believe. So yeah. So I believe Thursday will be the very first one. It'll be Friday the 3rd will be our very first show at night. All right. Other than that, you guys have a blessed day. This is episode number 20 of the Go Show. If you guys haven't done so already, please text GOATs, all capital letters, to 21,000 to get instant notifications when I do go live. All right. Without further ado, you guys have a blessed day. All right. Peace out. Get out of here, guys. You guys have a good one.